Hey friends, let's hit this workout for Friday, July 17th. It is day number 124 of Adult Fitness with Coach A. Who says split squats? Bulgarian split squats for the strength today. We're looking at 3 rounds, 8 to 12 reps each leg. So if you guys haven't seen a Bulgarian split squat before, I will demonstrate it in a minute here. I have a roller in the garage gym that makes it super easy to do this movement, but I'll also demonstrate it on a bench so you guys can see something that's a little bit more applicable. You can also use a couch very similar to how you can use a bench or the roller. Weight. If you can wait, add weight, right? We're shooting for the 8 to 12 range because I want to try and get some growth, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be body weight. If you guys can take a 135-pound bar and do 8 reps, awesome. If you, with no reps, do only 12 reps and you're falling all over the place from there, that's fine too. I mean, ideally, I'd probably want you to grab maybe like a 20 or something and see if you could hit 8 if that's the case. But we're still in that range. We're still getting the point out of it. Let's keep the rest in between relatively even. I want you guys to be careful about doing the right leg, immediately doing the left leg, and then try and take your rest. Sparse those rests in between the leg transitions and the round transitions, just to make sure you're not fatigued from the stabilizing of doing the one before doing the other kind of a thing. All right, let's keep that as even as we can. Now, second piece today is going to be an AMRAP. And it's going to be a little bit on the shorter side, a little bit on the light-ish intense side, mostly because tomorrow is going to be something a little bit longer. So 9-minute AMRAP, you're going to do 4, then 8, then 12, 16, etc. So we're going up by 4s, alternating dumbbell snatches. Now that's going to be 4 reps both sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's not going to be 4 reps each side. All right, so we're going to pair that with some step ups. You're going to be doing forward step ups in between. So 4 of those alternating dumbbell snatches, 10 forward step ups. Again, total, so 5 each side, 8 dumbbell snatches, 10 step ups, 12 dumbbell snatches, 10 step ups. Okay, I want you guys going forward, not lateral. All right, there's something specific there I'm looking for, specifically a little bit more hamstring work as opposed to hip work and pulling across, so to speak, changing planes. But what I want the focus to be on this is aggressively going through the alternating dumbbell snatches. The weight is 50-35. That needs to be a light to moderate kind of weight. If it's not something you can transition with quickly and roll through those, try and grab something lighter. We'll talk about the modifications, you guys. Anytime you've done dumbbell snatches, they're pretty much always the same modifications. Even if you're grabbing something else like a barbell, what have you, let's keep it on the light side. Let's keep it on the quick side, even if that means going from a full power snatch to a hang power snatch with your barbell. All right, stick around, head down to the garage, demonstrate, and modify.
All right, guys, let's talk Bulgarian split squats. So this is the roller that I have basically set up for my body lengths. The idea here is that for the Bulgarian split squat, the back leg or ankle is resting on this roller. It allows my knee to shift around. I'm probably going to get a little stretcher in my quad. Most importantly, it allows me to focus on letting that knee track forward a little bit on the squat leg, push through and extend, coming up without having to worry about rocking and falling all over the place. All right. So that is a true Bulgarian split squat. Is front leg drops down, knee tracks forward a little bit. I push through it and I create a knee extension without necessarily bringing my hips back through. You can weight this however you want. It could be a kettlebell, dumbbell. We can have it on that side. We can have it hanging on the off side. You guys can have a bar or something across the back, something stacked on the shoulders. That's up to you. What's more likely going to happen here is that you guys have a bench or couch, something of that nature, in which case the position doesn't necessarily change. What does change is what we're doing with our back foot. This bench is low enough that when I do this movement, I'm probably going to have my toes down, meaning like this on the bench. If the bench was higher, I would probably have to rest the top of that foot on the bench so that I'm actually able to get full depth into the squatting leg without the other one getting away. Okay? So 8 to 10, take your time, control, 3 rounds each. We want to work on our balance, not falling all over. To do that, one of the big things is going to be making sure you guys aren't overcomplicating this and trying to get all the way up and through and pull ourselves out of position. It's just extend that knee, extend that leg, squeeze a bit of the butt hamstring here with a squeeze on the way through without worrying about standing ourselves up all the way and creating an overextension and pulling our back leg off of whatever apparatus we have on. Hey, let's talk about that workout. So, dumbbell snatches, which we've gone over a bunch of times. The main focus today is that you guys are able to minimize wasted movement. Meaning, come off the ground, I punch up. If I can make that transition in the air, tap and drive up on the other side, that is what I'm looking to do. Quick. If you need to break it up and rest, break it up and rest. But it has a quick turnover. Something to make sure we're focusing on that I noticed from a couple people last time that sent me videos. When that dumbbell is coming down, as it starts breaking the line at the hips, the waist there, the point is to load the hips, okay? It's not just to bend us over and take us down to the ground. We want to make sure we're loading the tools we're going to be using to lift with, as opposed to rounding off and compromising our position. Now, these step-ups, I want them to be forward. I want the distance from the bench to equal 90-degree angles so that I can push down, use the hamstrings, use the back side of the legs, posterior part of the hip, okay? Not a lot of modifications here. Kettlebells, same thing as the bar, or same thing as the dumbbells. Barbell, like I talked about, I want it to be very light, or a quick, short movement. So a hang position versus to the ground if that needs to be the case. This can also be, if you need to, a barbell hang, clean, and jerk, as long as it's quick and pointy. For anything else, for a band, like we talked about before, you guys can do an upright row with the band. You can do a banded good morning, and then some behind the head, strict press, push press, upright row, front of the head, strict press, push press. However you want to do it, just remember, it's only 9 minutes. You want to be able to get a bunch of reps. So make sure if there is a transition with the band, it's always going to be something that is smooth, that allows you guys to maximize the reps, and you're not having to waste a bunch of time transitioning and moving around with that band.